basic room. I never lived in a house till I was 9. And before that, I was the band leader, like I see George do. I was the band leader. I didn't play a horn until my brothers came back from the service. But my dad made everybody play something. So, and everybody had to dance, and everybody had to sing. So it's a whole different thing. When I see the kids out here now, I tell them they don't know how lucky they are that they have dance teachers. We didn't have any dance teachers. We used to copy what we saw in movies, on television, and that's the problem now. The movies and television don't introduce the people to this dance or to this music. They show you how to kill a bunch of people, but they won't show you how to dance. And to me, that's such a waste, because young people usually take a baby. When George and them played one New Year's Eve down on the docks, and this man's little girl was freaking. She was freaking to the music. He kept picking her up, and she kept kicking and flailing till he went down, and she was. Nobody told her about Count Basie. Nobody had to. There's something in the music that makes you respond. Now we have young people that don't respect the older music. They want to play. I say older music. I mean the swing thing. They want to play music from the 20s and 30s. That is not swing. But they protest by not coming to see bands. They say they don't like big band music. Well, how can you swing dance if you don't hear the music? But they take lessons and they learn steps, but they don't dance. And I tell them this, you're stepping, you're not dancing. I'm really a Neanderthal, and a lot of the young kids don't want to hear me in this country, in other countries. But in other countries, they have a greater respect for older people than they do in this country. And most kids over here, they don't want to do what the mother and father did. They want to do something else, right or wrong. But in Harang, there are whole families that come to learn how to dance. And they love it. And like I say, the kids love the music. And every now and then, I'll run into somebody and say, that's my daddy's music. He used to play that at home. And I love that music. When I whistled the other night, and I whistled Stardust, this kid came over to me after I thought he was going to genuflect. And he said, Dawn, that is my favorite song, and I never hear it because nobody's playing it out there now. And it's hard, especially for young men, especially for this country that is so raised on sports. They forget that sports is a lot of stress, a lot of strain. This dance heals all of that. It heals all of that. And it's not easy for a young man. All his friends are out in the field playing football, and he's swing dancing. It's not easy for him. But he's got to be strong in his belief about what he really feels and about the music. This music is blessed. It's really blessed. Not many people recognize it for the blessing. But even I have a lot of discussions with jazz musicians about what they call jazz and what they call swing. And they will tell you where swing started and where jazz started. And they went to school and they read it in a book, but I tell them I was there. I was there, and I know what the music was doing. And I know how the people who worked in the fields all day long, the weekends, went dancing. Because that's how they got rid of the thing of the thoughts of being working for 50 cents an hour and stuff like that. The jazz musician of the day doesn't know how lucky he is, to play some of the gigs that he plays. But he plays the gigs, but the people out in the audience didn't go to Juilliard. So they don't know about a flatted fifth and an augmented ninth. They only know if it moves them. And that's what this dance does. Last night, the dance floor was friggin' phenomenal. And I love it when I go and I see people that are as old as I am. And they used to dance and now they're back dancing again. Because they feel the need. They don't want to take pills for stress and pills for strain and all that. I saw when Margaret was teaching the lesson last night, there were a lot of older people there. And when you go to Sweden, the same thing. See, because during the war, the black soldiers here took it over there. And there's still some people that are doing it. They're still loving the music. But like I said, in this game, we used to have a station here, WNEW, that played nothing but swing music. Then all of a sudden, Disney bought it or somebody bought it and they quit playing swing. We don't have a station in New York City that plays swing music. It's kind of stupid when the swing thing here with the Apollo and the Alhambra and the Savoy was a giant years ago. The people from downtown used to go uptown to hear the music. You don't find that many white people going to Harlem. They live there. But when they get ready to swing dance, they come down. Because there's something just, the people that run the media are not very smart. They're into money, but they're not into what this music can do for the youth. The government always says, do something instead of taking drugs. Do something instead of drinking. Do something instead of smoking. This is it. Why aren't you all pushing this? Why aren't you, there's a place on Riverside Drive where they have, you can play basketball, you can play tennis, you can play football, you even got places for the skaters, go, they ain't got shit for the dancers. They have nothing for dancers because we are not a commodity. We dance because we love to dance. Very few people are into this dance because you're not going to Hollywood. There's nothing for you to do. I think when I see the movies about vampires, I said, if they would have movies about dancers like that, a lot of young people would pay attention. I always thought that if Michael Jackson, God bless the dead, had ever did an MTV, a swing dancing, it would have exploded. The young kids would have just leaped all over. But now we're break dancing, we're house dancing, and it's not together. See, that's the thing about this dance. This is a touch dance. This will teach young men to be able to touch a young lady and not have to think about going to bed with her. Because when the dance is over with, he tells her thank you and he walks off and goes wherever he's going. But it's interesting to see more young white people doing this dance than black. This is one of my arguments all the time. When they did the thing up at the Alhambra, the floor was full of young white people and Chinese people and everything. And the tables were full of black people sitting there. I had no idea what they were doing. They looked out on the floor and they'd look at each other and they had no idea what was happening.
Did they enjoy it?
That's a hard thing for me to answer. How can you listen to that music and not pat your foot? So I don't know if they enjoyed it. I knew they found it interesting, you know, because most of them, like I said, we don't have any movies, we don't have it on TV. We're not showing it to the people.
Yeah.
So when they have all these camps here, I'm always glad that somehow it's like creeping. It's like creeping in. In fact, right now, a lot of the DJs are playing gospel music for people to swing dance to. So to me, that's very, very exciting because the churches were really against dancing for a while. You know, that was the thing of the devil. And of course, my dad used to say, if you want to find the devil, go to church. He's sitting there waiting for you. But it's hard. It's hard to see it. when I go out someplace, like when I went to California, Chris took me to a lot of places where the people were dancing. And I have a problem with a lot of the DJs that play what they call music, but it's not swing. And I've had that discussion, like I said, with a lot of so-called jazz musicians. My brother Slide is a giant as far as jazz is concerned. But I went to see him one night and he played like 2,000 notes on one bar. And I said, next week who's going to be humming that solo? Nobody. Even he won't remember that solo. And that's what they say. If you're playing real jazz, you're not supposed to play the same thing twice. But even Savion Glover said, if you dance from here down, if you move from here up, you're not tap dancing. What are you going to do with the Nicholas Brothers? Come on, give me a break. Be honest about it. But again, it's how we were raised. My father raised us not only as musicians, but entertainers. And that's how most black people made their living, as entertainers. Now, jazz is just about a dead subject. And not selling the records they used to sell. And they're very upset because people buy rap. I wouldn't buy rap, but personally it's not my thing. But the jazz thing, people associate with lyrics. That's when Ella and all of them lasted through all the rock and roll and everything, because the people could associate with the lyrics. But the jazz musician, he wanted to put out records of nothing but music, and it died because most people did not understand what he was playing. I didn't understand. I used to tell him, I said, Beethoven then played that shit 100 years ago. Now you cats are trying to catch up. I said, but they played it. It just didn't swing. Then one of the drummers decided to work his hi-hat, and anything that they played began to do this. But the kids have no leaders now.
Well, I think a lot of the young generation is just, they don't even know what's out there.
No, they don't.
So that's what I'm hoping. Even just the 60-second Gap commercial, the
Yeah.
1-minute Gap commercial,
Right.
had a huge impact because all of a sudden people everywhere are seeing this like, what is that?
What is that? And that always amazes me. I've been doing it so long. When people say, what is that? We went to Roseland one time. There was some group there that somebody in our group knew. And so we went to see, we went to the place was full of black people. And they were doing their thing. And so we went over in the corner and started dancing. There was only about 10 of us. And the black people come over and say, hey, whoa, wait a minute, what are you all doing? And I said, now that's pretty fun. This is your dance. And you go over and ask me, what do we do?
Yeah.
And there were a couple of them say, I gotta do that.
Absolutely.
I gotta do that.
Yeah. Well, that's one of